Okay, hello. Welcome to another week. This one is going to be a shorter one for sure. I know I say that a lot, but this one's actually going to be a shorter, maybe more of an update video, and just maybe a little bit here and there. I don't think we're going to finish necessarily any project this week. This week is kind of getting away from me. It's already Wednesday, and we've already had to adjust our work schedule around my niece's graduation, which is today, and so I have a couple hours in the morning before I got to go do that, and then we have dinner tonight, and then so normally when I would record more of this video, I would do it on Thursdays, but we've moved what work we had today to Thursday, so there'll be less in shop work, and then this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have the first show jumping show, our first horse show of the season. So, yeah, so that's going to take up all of my time. So even like the last couple of weeks, I put a bunch of hours in on the Friday before I edited the video. I might get a couple hours in here tonight after we get back from the grad ceremony and the dinner. And then if I do get to come in here tonight at all, I'm going to try to do a little bit of the welding. I realized very quickly that I don't have a proper place to stand and weld. I have this little tiny metal table. If you guys remember, I had the heaters on it over in the corner. I'm probably going to just use that for now, so I'll be crouched down while we're learning. Because I don't have a welding table yet, and I don't want to take up more space in the shop with more tables and stuff like that, so it has to be movable. I bought a cart, like a little steel blue painted cart, and I'll show that to you when we move over to that side of the shop, to put the welder on, but it's not suitable for doing any welding. I was thinking about attaching a nice metal plate to the top of the cart, and then it could be like a mobile welding table, but I have to research whether the plastic wheels are okay and all that stuff. So yeah. Anyway, you can see that I have some shoes laid out, but we'll get to that in a second. It's over here. So I did finish a couple of things, like I said I was going to, without the camera on. And what bam! This, hang on, I forgot lights. Hang on. Sneak peek. Get all these lights on. I forgot about them. All right, that's better. The brightness. But anyway, so I made these guys. These are the guys I was talking about at the end of the last video, about just a single panel that we could put a ribbon on. And so I'll bring one of these closer. I'll bring the horsey one. I couldn't figure out a name to put on this one, so I just put horsey. So if you can see here, I just stained a nice piece of cedar. The ends are iffy, especially on this one, because it's like, yeah, I could have done a better job there, but these are my practice ones. So the horsey, I did a black shoe for this one with the silver things. We got a wall hanger, and then we got a couple scratches back here from the stain job, but it looks nice. And I really like these. They came out really well. And one of the things I figured out was that foam that I was going to use. I used it, and it works out really well. So I just glued it to the back of the. Oh, sorry, I was going down here. I glued it to the back, and then we can just slide it in, and then it's held up against the shoe pretty well. Put a picture on that. It's good. So you can see there's a nice gap there now, which is good. And yeah, those are pretty good. And then we'll show the other one here. This one I left blank. There's no name on it or anything. This is the dark, again with the silver, but the copper nails. And then I could only find the hardware in this silver color, even though there is golden color stuff, and I'll show you in a second. But to buy them in packages that of many of these. I could only find them in silver, so I might have to order some. But again, we did the foam in the back of the insert, so you just. Oh no! Oh, it survives. That's the first time I've dropped one of my projects, so I'm actually pretty happy with the way that worked out. Anyway, yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. This one again, they're just test ones for me to show people what I'm making. This one we left blank because I was thinking about picking up another one of those plaques up and putting it on here. I think that's it for showing them for now, but because I don't want to buy too many of these plaques. So anyway, these ones are both 32 inches, I believe. Oops. Yeah, 32 inches. And then I had a leftover board from the fence pickets, right? Because I made two 32-inch ones, and then I had this one left over, and I made this one for my niece. This one was, I think, 28. It just worked out to be a little bit shorter, which is fine. I can make them in any size. But we got this guy. So this is what it would look like. This ribbon on here is an old ribbon Courtney had from many, many years ago. It is a 7th place ribbon. They go down to 8 sometimes. Normally it's 6, I think, but you'll get ribbons up to 8th place in some events. So anyway, oh, there's paint on this shoe. Anyway, this is the one I made. Spray painting green spray paint posed to suck. It sucked a lot. If I could ever avoid making colored ones, I will. But if people request it, then I will make it. But I made this one for my niece, and she's going to that horse show this weekend as well. And so I'm hoping I'm going to bring this, and if she ribbons, I'm going to give this to her to put her ribbon on. It will be, I think, her 3rd or 4th horse show. I know she's got ribbons at home that she can use, but I thought it would be a cool little, hey, we got a place where you put your ribbon right away. So here, I'll show you. The horse that she'll be riding is named Whiskey. And she's been riding him for a while. She stopped riding him for a bit, but then she picked it back up. And then, again, they just have these clips on the back there, and they just slide in. And you can see here, this one is the brass ones that I got from like a picture hanging wall kit that you've probably seen before, like the little plastic kits full of all the hanging supplies. So yeah, and I just made it so you can just slide this down in there, holds that there, put a picture of you and your horse up here, or just your horse, whatever you want, and hang it on the wall, so to speak. So yeah, that's what I worked on. I think it didn't take me more than one actual day's worth of work, but I try to just sneak in here for an hour or two every once in a while. These ones were really quick because of the frames we did before. These ones are actually fairly easy, but now I'm seeing little issues here and there. This is the first one I made, because I just wanted to figure out how spray paint would work, and I had to touch up the spray paint a bunch of times, and there's still a bunch of issues with it. This board's got a crack in the top of it. I'm not necessarily giving my niece the crappy one on purpose. I am just giving her the one that I originally made. The colors that she uses on her horse is hunter green as well, so that's why we had a can of green, so that's the decision that was made. But I do really like these two. The letters for the horsey here are just foam sticky letters that I got from a craft store, and they were pretty cheap. And then I just haven't, like, because those plaques that I got for the other frames, those are like $18 a piece. So I'm just, if I buy one, I might buy one more and then never buy it. I'm not going to buy them because I can move them around from project to project just to get that sense of if they're good or not, as opposed to, there's just one style I haven't bought yet, so I think I'd buy it for that one. But we'll get the sense of having the plaques around all of the frames. I have the frames up in the house right now because we were taking pictures of them, but we're going to bring them back down here. One of them actually is going to go to my other niece who's graduating today. So the one niece that rides the horses is younger than the one that's graduating today. But anyway, so Courtney, we were just going to give her a card with with some cash in it and that kind of stuff because I'm not a good gift giver. And then Courtney's like, you have to give her a gift. I'm like, I don't. Shh. So then she's like, why don't you give her one of your frames? And so Courtney chose this frame to give to her. When we posted this, I posted some of this on Facebook and stuff. This one seemed to be liked. People seem to like this one quite a bit. So she said, let's just turn it into a grad photo frame for her. So we did. So it's the same. We put grad 2025 on it. It's pretty awesome. The only problem with the letters here, or the numbers, is that this 2 is darker than these 3. And I got them all off the same sheet of stickers. So I don't know how that happened at all. But and then you can see that like my grad placing has an upward inflection. I'm not good at sticking stickers to stuff. We figured that out. Like, this is terrible, terrible. And like, I even tried my best. This horsey one turned out okay, but even that's all off to the right. So I don't know necessarily what I should do. I'm wondering if people like ask me to make these for them, do I just send them the stickers? Like, you put them on, because I'm really bad at this. The inserts for this are upstairs because we have pictures to put in. But yeah, so this is going to my niece today, which is pretty cool. I just noticed things and they really bug me. Oh, okay. I think some of this is coming off too. Shoot. These stickers are not good. So, we'll figure that out. Other than that, that's all I have for now. So if I get a chance to come in this evening, I will. I gotta go get showered and changed and all that kind of stuff for this grad. I was hoping to I set 2 clean shoes aside over there. Oh, I forgot to talk about these. I set 2 clean shoes aside over there for us to practice our weld on. It's going to be difficult because there's only a little tiny spot. So I was trying to find something else to practice welding on, but if I'm going to be welding shoes together most of the time, I'm going to just practice on welding shoes together, I think. So I'm just gonna go with it. I've researched a bunch. I've made sure I'm going to be safe. I have the helmet, I have the gloves, and we're going to make sure that everything's go okay. It's the only thing that I have to fiddle with is the settings on the welder. So we'll figure that out, right? But anyway, these are the shoes for the boot rack. Remember, we picked the first 6 shoes a while ago for the top of the boot rack, and then I cleaned up 6 more shoes for the sides, and then I have that piece of rebar in the corner that I still have to cut up. But I don't know how long I'm going to cut it yet until everything is welded up. But yeah, and then I have some other clean shoes over there just as replacements if need be. So these are the shoes that the boot rack's going to be made out of. The boot rack is the next thing we will be making. Whether it makes it into this video or not, I've been saying that this will be the 3rd video that we're talking about getting the boot rack started. But I don't know why welding scares me. But we'll see. We will see. Yeah. So I think that's going to be it for just now. I'm going to just get some cleanup done. It's a mess in here. We're going to get some cleanup done, and then we'll be back in hopefully this isn't the entire video of just me talking to you. Hopefully we can actually work on something. So hopefully tonight I can do that, or maybe really early Friday morning. But we have we have to pack up the whole. We have 2 horses that we're bringing to the horse trailer, so we have to pack up the whole trailer with all the tack and all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure we'll be doing some of that Thursday night, but Thursday's a really work day. I'm rambling now. All right, let's get over here. Okay, so got myself a stool finally, so I can sit down when I want to, because I have old legs and old knees. Other than that, I've got 2 shoes set up here. I got this little welding table from Canadian Tire. It was like $100 or something like that. So instead of using that little tiny table that we were having the heaters on, I figured I'd pick this guy up and see how well it works. Just because I didn't want to be on the ground when I was doing it. So we got that guy put together yesterday. This video might actually extend into 2 weeks again, just because it is Friday morning right now, and we leave to go to the horseshoe in 2.5 hours. So I figured I'd come in here, see how much I can get done on this part of it, and if I make good progress on the learning of to weld, I might just put this video out late, like Monday instead of Friday, and then try to pump out another video by the next Friday, but we'll see. But either way, I got a garden cart over there. Remember I said I wanted to build a cart for all the jumps and stuff, for Courtney's jumps. I'll show that to you guys some other time. That's what just moved. Anyway, so we got this stool. It's more expensive than I wanted to spend. And I'm like, well, why didn't I just build my own? But I mean, building furniture is not something I'm interested in. So anyway, yeah, so welding cart we got here. We got the helmet, we got the gloves. I'm going to try with the grounding clip to the welder on the back of the welding table there. I hope it works, because the grounding clip on the shoes kept moving the shoes. So anyway, and this is a MIG welder with some flux core in it, so it doesn't need gas or any of that kind of stuff. I have it plugged in over there. This is the little blue cart that I told you guys about. I'm just going to keep all the welding stuff in. I picked up a 3-pack of these vice grip clamps from Amazon for, I think it was $23. And I got some other heavy duty clamps from before, that kind of stuff. So we're going to give this a shot. I'm wondering if I should probably start with something that's not shoes, because there's like a little tiny bit of weld space for the shoes, but I don't really have anything else to practice on that I have cleaned up and ready to go at the moment. So I was thinking about cleaning up a couple of pieces of angle iron and seeing if I can weld them together, but I don't know. Let's just see what I can do here, and if I make a mistake, then hopefully I can learn from it really, really quick. Let's see here. So we'll just turn it on. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna touch the settings too much, because Courtney has it the way that she likes it, so I think that's fine. See what we can do here. Oh, this thing is weird feeling. Oh, tight. Okay. I think that'll work. I think that'll work just fine. And now just a steady hand, I think, is what I want the most going forward here. And then I'll give it a little spark, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, that was terrible. So I tried the, hang on, let's see here. Yeah, that's all popcorny. And I don't know exactly what setting I need to fix that, but they're together for sure. That was popcorny though. And I'm thinking it's because I was holding too far away. So, I don't know. I think we may just try again. Well, I can do that better too, obviously. So, yeah, this is, I don't know if you guys can see that very well. But hey, that's not too bad. Like we got there. Just give me a second. I'm not going to pull you over there, but I'm going to go and put this on the grinder really quick. See if I can clean that up a little bit. Hang on. All right, so that was really, really quick. But yeah, you can see that the top kind of looks the way I want. And then the back, it's not the greatest. I wish there was more connection between them. So that might be something I try to look forward into the future. But that's solid. Oh, actually, no, I can break it now. I think, I don't know how strong I am, but I did bend it. There we go. Okay, so now we can actively, I'm going to go and grind this stuff off. We're going to try again. Give me a second. I'm going to turn the wire speed down on the welder here and see if I can, maybe I'm not fast enough. Maybe Courtney understands how to do this better, but I'll turn it down to 3. This goes to 1 to 10 for wire speed. It was at 4, so we're going to go down to 3. We're going to try again. So, we're going to take a little tip off of this, just so I know to get a little bit closer. And try again. So I pretty much did the same thing. It looks like I did the same thing pretty much. I'm going to put hooks on this thing. Well, it looks actually a little bit better. It's still a little popcorny though. Let's clean it up a little bit. So there we go. That's what it looks like this time. It's still bulbous as all heck. And then we can see some gaps on the side there. On this side, it looks a little bit better. It looks like it penetrated a little bit more, but not as much. Still not as much as we want it to. Yeah, so we got that to still come out. So we're still not penetrating all the way. So we're going to just turn the wire speed down again. We're just going to switch them. Just like this. All right, so that was terrible. Obviously, this is way too low now. And I could tell immediately how low that was. Like that really did not go well at all. And I'm on the wrong side of the shoe. Yeah, let me clean them up. We'll be back. Okay, so we've adjusted the speed again. Let's see how this goes. I feel a lot better about that. It's still not great, but I felt like I actually saw the puddle you're supposed to see that time for the first time ever. And then, yeah, and I felt like I was moving it around like you should be able to. Again, I don't know. I'm wondering if you have to maybe weld both sides of this stuff. Let me clean it up a little bit and we'll take a look. Well, this is a lot better than I expected. I can actually see a bead there. There's still some popcorning around the outside. Let's see if we can break it. I'm not strong by any means, but I don't think I can break that at all. It will bend, I think, if I put my body weight on it, but I think I could probably bend a horseshoe if I put my body weight on it. Getting fat. That works. I mean, that's kind of great for what we're looking for. Like, I mean, this is my first welding project that I'm going to have. So I'm wondering if we just go for it. It might be worth going for, people. Who knows? I like it. I mean, I could clean it up with the grinder a bit, but I don't think I should. I think I could just, I mean, we'll see. I don't have a flat disc to clean this up with. So I'm wondering if I can get all the welding done if I need to do that. This is my first weld, guys. Everybody celebrate with me. It's my first weld that doesn't look absolutely terrible. We're using some flux chlorine stuff. Let me grab we'll grab the 6 shoes that we plan on making the top out of. So we have these 6 shoes here. I'm glad I got this table. I think we decided that we were doing this, then this. I might need to flatten that shoe. And these 2. And this one. Oh, there's not enough room on the table to get all 6 of them. Sorry, I'm just testing, like, can the boots fit through these just properly? Should be okay. So that one was a little rough towards the end there. However, I think we may have a pretty good idea on how this was going to work out. It's a lot heavier than expected. I think some of these welds are pretty weak. Take a. Oh, that one's really bad. So my thought is maybe I do a bead on the other side. I don't know how good that is for welding. Like, I don't know. First of all, I don't know if I'm good enough to do one on the other side and have it not look like complete butt cheeks, but let's see here. I mean, it's holding. Like, I can put it through its paces. Well, you guys can tell me what you think, maybe. But this last one here is pretty rough. The best looking one looks like the middle one, actually. Yeah. And then on this side, there's just some discoloration, but that's fine. These are going to be painted black, so that's fine. So the next step of this thing, I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna think about this guy. So the next step of that is these 6 shoes as well for the ends. They have to go. We want to make sure that the shoes that we put on either side are as matchy as possible. So I picked smaller shoes for the sides because nobody needs a ridiculously big boot rack crazy high off the ground. These two should match too. So these shoes here, the bigger ones, those are size 3s, and you can see here these are size 1s. And so we want something like this. So yeah, like I said, we're going to probably try to sneak in here and get these 2 ends welded together. I don't know if this is actually weldable rebar. I have this green guy. I think it's just painted green. I'm going to take a look at it, and we're going to cut off a piece, and that's going to go in between the 2 ends. Again, if I can refine that picture, I'll put it up here. This is what we're making, and so we're going to try to get this all done that way. So I'm going to try to sneak in here, get this all welded up. So hopefully the next time that you see this, we have it put together, or at least the components all welded together, and then we can just paint it and set it, or maybe it'll be completely done. You guys basically get what I'm getting at here. I got a lot of practice to do with that welder, but I'm happy with the progress we made today. And I'm going to try to pick up a flap disc for my grinder, something that's a little less harsh, that we can clean up some of the welds with. That's not just grind it down to nothing. So, because I don't mind if the weld looks like a weld. I think that's part of the charm of me doing something. Maybe in the future, if I want to become a welder or something like that, then I'll learn how to make it not look like a weld. But I'm okay with it looking like somebody like me did the weld. So, but yeah, this is my first time doing welding, and we're gonna keep doing it, I think, which is pretty awesome. Maybe we'll upgrade from the flux core in the future, but I'm happy with it. So we'll be back, and hopefully we'll see where we're at. All right. Okay. So just a little bit of a touch base update, if you will, for the future here, like the future 2 days. Yeah, I picked up a new respirator mask because my other one, I was cleaning some shoes the other week, and it turned from white to dark gray / black. So that's garbage. And so I picked up one that hopefully will last me a lot longer and has replaceable filters. I haven't bought any filters for it because it's brand new, but I should probably order a pack of replacement filters for it, and hopefully that works out really, really well. And that's generally for when we're sanding and cleaning up dirty shoes and whatnot. Obviously, if you're seeing this, I didn't release a video for the 1 week. Again, that's happened a second time now. This time was just because of the horse show. And I was just too tired to come in and finish the video and edit it and put it together. So today is the Monday of the next following week. So this video will come out on the Friday. And we'll just keep going again. I'm leaning towards these videos becoming more of an update. This is what's happened in the shop for the week video. And then just having some what they call B-roll or whatever that accompany the video, as opposed to trying to walk you guys through every project that I do. Anytime I do something extremely new or whatever, I'll probably document the whole thing. We'll make a video with that. Like, for example, this boot rack here that you can see. I'll show it to you a little bit more closely. It's not great, but I learned a lot. So that makes it great. So we were at the horse show, and if you remember, I made the ribbon plaques for when people get ribbons at horse shows, and they can choose their favorite ribbon with their photo and that kind of stuff. And I gave it to my niece because she got a ribbon at the horse show, so that was really exciting. She got 3rd place in one of her classes, and then she got 2 more ribbons the next day. I can't remember what they were because there was some stuff going on. But so I gave it to her so she could put a ribbon on it, when she was really happy with that, and her parents were happy. My brother and my sister-in-law were happy. And then they started showing it off to people, and then many people started having ideas of what they would like to see one of those be like for them. So in the not so distant future, we might be making a lot of those types of things just for the show season. It looks like I have a feeling that the interest in these will die down until the next show season. So there'll be definitely an opportunity in the summer for that type of project. And so I bought some more fence boards. I bought some 6-footers this time, so we can evenly space them into 30 or 32 foot or inch boards. Some of them are going to be a lot bigger. Some of them are going to be even a little bit smaller because some people asked for some specific things. The first memorial frame is actually going to come down the pipeline here now. One of Courtney's trainers slash clients that she shoes for had a horse pass recently in the last year, and she's got his shoes and a tuft of its hair and stuff. So we want to learn how to incorporate all of that into a memorial plaque with pictures. And so she liked what we showed her, and so we're going to make one of those for her. As soon as I get the shoes, we'll start on the plaque. I haven't decided the stain. She didn't really seem too particular about the stain, so I think we'll go pretty general, maybe the American walnut or a little darker. But I want to see the color of the horse first too. I don't want the stain to wash out the color of the horse. So if it's just a dark brown horse, then we might go a little lighter in pine and then maybe put a border on it. So those are some ideas. One of the cool things that they suggested, by the way, and that I didn't think of, which is why I really enjoyed this weekend as well, is that this is obviously too big of an example, but it's the only one I have here. I should have brought the other ones down, but I didn't. So instead of having it lengthwise with the horseshoe and the name and the one ribbon, because remember that was specifically for you to pick your best ribbon with your horse, put it up in your bedroom, that kind of stuff. One of the ladies there suggested that I turn it sideways and then put the horseshoe facing up just like this on the one end, and then maybe a plaque or a name, maybe, and then a bunch of ways to hang a bunch of ribbons, because a lot of people come out of these horse shows with 5, 6, 7 ribbons. Especially if you're there with a stable. The stable likes to display all of their riders' ribbons together. And so I could probably make one about this size, the horseshoe on either end, and places for many ribbons in between. That's so. And then I would either put stall hangers on it, or she suggested just putting a chain on the ends, kind of like we did the hangers for the back of the picture frames. But I would just put it on top and then put a chain between it so they can just kind of hang it wherever they want. The unfortunate thing about that is when you're at one of the horse shows, the only thing to hang it on is a stall. So I'm wondering if I do the chain but also add or just throw in a couple of specialized rasp hooks that can just hold this board. I think that would be actually really, really cool, because this board I would just charge a premium for, and then have the rasp hooks that take me 20 minutes to make just thrown in there, kind of thing. Just the thought. Anyway, so that's part of mostly what I'm going to be working on when I have nothing else to work on. So let's get to this boot rack, which is almost done. We're just gonna clean it up. So I put this little wire brush in here, and I'm just going to go over all the little spots. There's some popcorn welds and stuff that don't look good. I already dropped this once, and 2 of the welds popped, so I redid them. And I was very surprised that only 2 of the welds popped out of all of the welds that are on this thing, and it was two of the ones that attached the top to the ends. So it wasn't even any of the crucial ones, like in the three here, or the rebar, or that kind of thing. I forgot to bring a boot down, but I did bring this upstairs to test our boots in it. And this middle one has a hard time keeping the boot upright. And so I wanted to try to pull this rebar back a bit. And then I decided, this is my first time, I'm not going to cut it off and redo it, all that kind of stuff, because one boot might not sit perfectly in it. I'll just tell my sister that just put a heavy-toed boot in there. So anyway, you saw the welds for the ends and the top. So we'll show you the rebar welds really quick. And I've grinded a little bit of it, you can see there. And then I just recently re-added a little bit of weld. There's a bubble of weld at the back there. It's not great, but it will hold. Hope nobody's going to be looking at the welds on this thing. So And then on this one, it's even less of a weld. And I grinded the crap out of this one just because I wasn't sure. Oh, up a little bit. I wasn't sure exactly what I was doing with my grinder. So yeah, you can see, maybe you can see this weld here, right here. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a little bit lifted, so I added more to it. I was thinking about adding some to the other side, but I think I'm just going to let it be, and if it breaks, then she can return it, and I will try again. And then the only other problem I have here is it's got a wobble. So I'm trying. I'm not strong enough to bend this thing. I've been trying in many different fashions, so I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to try to just. It's literally the smallest little. It's off by the smallest little thing. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it's not even a quarter of an inch. It's very small, this wobble, but it's very irritating at the same time. And so my solution is, if I can't bend it, I'm going to paint it, and then I'm going to put little foam pieces on the feet, and then hopefully that works itself out over time. Or if she puts this on a carpet or a rug, nobody will know, because it will just sink in that much into the rug, because it's a fairly hefty guy. And then once there's boots on there, yeah. I was thinking about trying to open one of the shoes up a little bit, but that posed to be a bigger problem than I thought. So either way, that's our update. That's where we're at. So once this guy is done, I'm going to make a mock-up of the sideways plaque for the ribbon holders, because the next show is in July, the early July. And so I want to make sure that I'm ready to show the people there. I'm not going to bring stuff to the show to sell, because I think that'd be weird. The organizers of the show, if they wanted vendors there, I'm sure they would have vendors there, but they don't. And so I'm not going to just show up and just like hawking shit at the back of my trunk. Sorry for the swear there, but but yeah. So, but this will be a good opportunity for people to ask me to make them specialized stuff. And then I can just take orders. My sister-in-law is very, very adamant that I start a business page on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think I'm ready for it yet. But if she insists and that kind of stuff, I'll let her help to do that stuff, because I just want to work in the shop. I don't care what happens outside the shop necessarily. I will eventually. But whatever's working outside the shop, that can be somebody else. If somebody's volunteering to help, I'll pay them whatever, a percentage or whatever. But I'm not expecting the biggest greatness out of this. This wasn't the point of this endeavor, was to just turn it into my job. So it probably will turn into my job. I'm not going to fight that necessarily, but I will delay it. I will delay it. Because I want to make sure that whatever part of this shop is my job, the other parts are still fun for me. So then I can always be doing something in the shop and not hate my life, right? That's the whole reason we put the TV up there for the baseball games, but there isn't one today, so you get me talking to you for a longer period of time than I expected. Then, yeah, so I'm going to take care of this guy. I'm going to clean him up. I'm going to hopefully get this wobble out, and if I don't, I don't. It's fine. This side here is a little in, and there's just a couple issues with it, but like it's not one of those things that you notice from a distance. So I'm okay. It's good enough. And then, so yeah, we'll clean it up. We'll get it painted, and then I'm going to start cutting boards to size and start staining them, so then we can start getting hardware put on them. And I'm going to have to clean a whole bunch more shoes now. Now that I know how to tack weld, my tack welds are actually really good. Now that I know how to tack weld, I'm going to learn how to do small little beads of weld, and then we can start doing little horseshoe sculptures too. And that's one of the other things I really wanted to do in the shop. The whole thing was the horseshoe frames and horseshoe sculptures. That's what I wanted to do. And so we're going to do it. We're just going to see if anybody likes it. All right. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll give you another update later on, maybe in a couple of days, because we got to work in the next 2 days, and we'll see what we finished and what we're going to start next. Be right back. Okay, so I definitely was hoping to be further along by the time that this clip started, but unfortunately, I have run into many different timing issues here and there and there and here, and those are bigger. Courtney, a pink shoe for Giggles on her plaque here. I'm making one for Potter, one for Giggles. And so I bought this rust paint to prevent the rust, blah, blah, blah. It's gloss. So I bought this blue stuff for Potter's shoe because his colors are blue and orange, but he's mostly baby blue or powdered blue, and this seems to be working really, really well. And this came out beautifully, and just, I mean, obviously in the fuller there's a little bit of an issue, but like the sheen on that, it's glossy just like it said it was going to be, and so it's going to be perfect for the project. However, you just saw me fiddling with the pink shoe, so they didn't have. This is Tremclad rust paint gloss, medium blue, oil-based technology, awesome stuff. Tremclad. I like this stuff. So then they didn't have this type of baby blue, but in pink, like the hot pink. So I saw this stuff. This is Krylon Fusion all-in-one paint primer, strong, 5 times stronger adhesive, no peel guarantee, no runs, no drips, no errors. It did all of that when I was using it. It would not stick to the shoe at all. It was running off the shoe. I just had splotchy white marks everywhere. And it was just a garbage for what it said it should be. I'm sure it's fine on other surfaces, but on the metal surface that I was trying to use it on, it was just absolutely terrible. This, perfect. Worked exactly the way it said it was going to. This worked nowhere near where it said it was going to. So I was like, okay. And so I brushed off the shoe. I wire brushed it, and I cleaned it off a little bit more. It sparkles all over me. And then I bought a can of this glitter paint. She's used this before, if you remember, on her hooks here. It seems to chip off quite a bit, but this is a well-used hook. She's used this. This is the same stuff that she used on the hooks that she made. And so, hey, I'll buy a can of that since I already know she likes it, and make the shoe out of that so it's still pink, and I know that it's going to adhere. It did similar to this. It's very watery. It's very, I don't know. So I think I didn't check actually if this one is oil based or not. I don't feel like reading all this right now. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if these are oil based or water based or what they are, but this guy, Tremclad Rust Paint, awesome. They just don't have it in pink. Krylon garbage. This stuff is good enough. This stuff good enough. This stuff awesome. Krylon crap. At least for rust paint and metal and painting metal surfaces. At least for that stuff. It's not great. So anyway, onwards. So we're going to try to do the blue shoe first. And what we're going to try to do here is I have these two darker panels. I have a light pine panel and I have a American walnut panel that we've stained them all this way. And we're going to attach the shoes and attach the hangers. I bought hangers. I got bags of hangers here. That I bought, so I'll bring those out in a second. I even bought a smaller hammer. And this was to put the sawtooth hangers that had the little nails. And so I wanted, but now all the sawtooth hangers I bought all have screws. So I'm going to use this hammer to put the nails in the shoe, and hopefully I don't mar up the nails on the shoe as much as I did with the bigger hammer on the previous projects. We're testing things to try to make sure that things still look as good as humanly possible. Anyway, so now we need to pick our nails for, I think Potter's plaque. I made a plaque for these. Well, I had a plaque made for these. Oh, no. I had a plaque made for these. And where are they? I'll show them to you. If I can find them. Over there. I made a mess yesterday and I really need to fix it. But so we went to the place I got the plaques before, and I had some more made up for these. And the lady that did these ones, oh my God, they're so much better than the ones we got before. Like even the one that says Giggles, I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's got like a dark tinge to the lettering. Oh, she did an amazing job on that. I just gotta clean them up, but we can do that whenever. So anyway, the Potter, I don't know where I was thinking about putting the plate. Maybe up in a corner, and then just having so the shoe's gonna go in the middle of me and of Giggles and Potter. And then we're going to have 2 spots for ribbons. I also bought they gave me, oh, that's why, okay. Oops. So I have a blank one again, which is absolutely fine. Oh, they have peel leads on them. Interesting. And then I got little tiny ones as well. I got silver and gold little tiny ones that we can use if we have a smaller project, or it just seems to fit better that we can put little tiny ones. I didn't engrave anything on the small ones. It's only the 2 big Potter and Giggles ones that are going to have their engravings. Yes. So I'm wondering if maybe it can sit behind. That's an interesting idea. And then the picture can sit below it. I mean, I don't think I like that. I don't know. We will see. Anyway, so first things first is we're just going to measure the center of this board, and then we're going to get our drilling block, and then we're going to drill through drill through and get these situated. So. And there we go. The first official new ribbon holder down. Show ribbon holder for Potter. And I really, really like it. So you can see a little bit closer. There we go. Little shiny shoe. Done. And there's room. Like, so my thought process was having like an angular, like a 45 degree or whatever, an angular board that just comes up about maybe an inch up here, so then this guy can sit on there. I don't think that that's straight. That sucks. Oh well. Potter's going to have a crooked name. But yeah, that's one done. We just have to make sure that we get the the picture stencil out, cut it out, and make sure we put it in there, and then put a picture of him in there, and then he's good to go. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to knock out the other two boards while we wait for the pink shoe to dry, and then we'll get the pink one done, and then we'll take some final pictures. All right. So we've got all of the shoes and the hangers, the sawtooth hangers on. So they all look fairly similar. So you can see. So one of the suggestions that one of the parents had at the horse show was to hang them. There's like a brass chain to go on top of it, so they can hang it wherever they want. I bought like 30 some odd pack of these brushes. The ones I got there are terrible. So I think that was $12 or something like that. 13 bucks. So then there's those, and then there's this. Okay, so we don't need this right now. And so I went, so we're going to put the chain on, I think these two. I think we're going to put chains on these two. And then the two that we have over there, I'll probably put chains on, but for the purposes of what we're doing here, I want to experiment with making hooks for these. Oh, this is gold. This is not what I wanted. It's really hard to find stuff. Oh, that is not the chain I was looking for. Oof, that is not good. That's just gold. I wanted brass. So we might, I don't know if I have anything else. I can put wire on it, I guess. So we still have the wire. I think the wire might be better. I actually can do the wire on this one, the chain on that one. I don't think I can use this for any of these. That's just too much. I don't have gold on anything else. So we'll put this in the back for now. Back, we do have... Woof! That just did not come out correctly. That was very gold. So we got a couple of small chains. We can do this. Oh, we can use this. It's got some S hooks. Nice. Okay. So we can just daisy chain these together to get a long enough chain for here. Oh, we're 100% putting the, like if we put a chain on there, let's see here. That might work. 7 inches on either side. Let's try that. All right. Now we take our chain that we made. It's very small. We're gonna have to get a bigger chain, but for the idea of what's going on here, this will be perfect. For what we're trying to get our point across. There we go. Now with the shoe on the one side means that this is definitely going to be lopsided, right? So I thought about adding a weight to the other side in some capacity. I just haven't figured that out yet, but this is exactly what the one lady asked for. Was it the shoe on the one side, a name plaque, and enough to put more ribbons on. And so this is exactly what I did for that lady. So hopefully she likes it. She didn't order it or anything. I'm just going to show it to her. If she wants it, she can have it. Well, another one. This will probably be on the pictures. But either way, so that one's done. So let's, and we'll do, put this all away. Remember, I have these little S hooks too, because those might come in handy. Okay, so now we're going to do a small one on this small guy. And I bought little black hooks and a black chain.
We're going to have to cut this chain though. So let's just do this quickly. One extra squeeze so that they're facing the outside like that. Beautiful. Put the chain on. And there we go. That's slick looking. I really like the way that this one looks. I don't know why that light is turned off. Probably because my battery pack is dead. Hang on, you're shaking? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna find a different way to keep that light on. But anyway, pretty slick looking, if you do ask me. I think I could probably use a bigger plaque on this one, but the black on the pine board with the silver nails, I think that's just slick. So if I was going to choose one, I'd choose this one for sure. And remember, it's not taking any more weight than this, other than the show ribbons. So unless somebody like hangs off of it, it's not going to break. So that's pretty cool. So let's clean up a little bit here. We'll clean this slider up eventually, but not today. So let's pull everything up to the workbench. Ooh. And we'll do a final look at the things we've made here. I don't know how well you guys can see all of that. Right here, right here. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. All right, cool. And now we'll grab the big guy. And he'll be up here. And then I'll grab this little guy. So there we go. Look at that. These are pretty awesome. I'm happy that I made them, just like I am with everything that we make here. This guy is particularly weird. One of the things that Courtney said is that she'd be able to hold 6 ribbons. I couldn't figure out a way to make one of these hold 6 ribbons without it being over 4 feet long. It'd have to be a 5-foot long board, which I think is pretty crazy. Paddock, like the show stalls, just horse stalls in general, are about 8 feet by 8 feet at the smallest. So these would hang on there and they'd sit just fine. But I think 5-foot board you're carrying around that you put in your, like, this won't fit in somebody's regular tack trunk, I don't think. So this is something you'd have to have in your car. Whereas these other 3 would fit perfectly in a tack trunk. Just kind of throw them in there. Provided I did my job well, the weight of the other tack and stuff on these won't do too much damage. So that's that. That's this 2-week endeavor. Unfortunately, this took 2 weeks to do because of all of the other shenanigans that was going on. But we'll get back on track again. So thanks for watching and thanks for being around. I think this next video, I'm actually going to try to start the forge up again, and we're going to try to make a couple of hooks. So if somebody doesn't want chains to hold these up, I can give them hooks. I can put hooks on them as well. And so they'll be paddock hooks, which means they need to have, if you remember these guys. The only reason why I don't think I want to use these guys, which would work really, really well, I could just make them shorter and stouter. I don't want them rubbing up against on these are files and rasps, so they would destroy the back of this unless I secured them to them first. But I mean, that means the customer, like, I could just have these laying around or I can have the hooks, sorry, that I'm going to make for these laying around. And if somebody's like, oh, can you throw some hooks in? I'll be like, yeah, I'll make a couple hooks, depending on how hard they are to make. And so I was thinking about trying to flatten a couple horseshoes and messing around with that. But then this also is an option that we can do this. Now, if you remember paddocks, this is a little smaller than we'd want it to be for a paddock, right? It works good for a stall, for the stall bars. This works good for the stall bars we have here, but a lot of them are a little bit bigger than this. They're about 2-inch bars. And so I could figure out a way to make these shorter and stouter so they go around the board just fine. And then I can make this flat. There's a lot of options. We'll talk about it later. But yes, the hooks I think we're going to try to make next week. And then we're going to start on another project next week, provided I got the time. It's summer and there's horse shows every freaking weekend, Spruce Meadows tournaments and all that kind of stuff we got to go to. So I'm trying my best. I'm only getting Mondays and some Fridays in here. Today is Saturday, so this video is going to come out a whole day late. A week and a day late for this 2-week video. So it's not going to be any longer, but you'll see, I guess. You'll see the timestamp. But again, thanks for watching. I'm really happy with how these turned out. The shoe rack. Oh my God, the shoe rack. And the shoe rack. The shoe rack came out really, really well. I don't know if I showed you guys the finished product. So here's the finished product. I got the wobble out. I'd show you, but we got stuff all over the... Here, let me... Oh, there we go. Got the wobble out. There's just a tiny bit, but I think that's the bench. Because I really worked on this wobble, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the bench. But yeah, I got it. I got it all. I can't remember if I showed you guys the full spray painted version or not. So yeah, no, that's done. It's solid. It's good. I'm happy with it. My welds suck, but that's something we can keep working on. So we had a couple, like the paint dripped down one side, so some of them have like little paint blobs, but it's good enough. This definitely works for us. And so that's a good week worth of projects, I think, given that we only have 2 days, if we even get 2 days a week. So there we go. Thanks for watching again, and we'll catch you again in the next video. And I can't promise, but I'm going to try my best to make sure it's out on Friday. Thank you, and goodbye.